Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, me and Maisie, we are finally back in the field. We got 7 inches of rain in November, and here in the winter time, it takes a long time for it to dry up enough for us to get out in the fields. So we were basically doing nothing all of November just because we weren't able to get out into the fields. So, my Milo over there, I did get it baled. It made a bale an acre pretty much. Not great. Wish it would have made a little bit more, but that's what it is. Yeah. I had some problems with my balers, so I have quite a bit. It made a bale an acre with the good bales, and I had quite a bit of bales that were all messed up and everything, which I'll feed those to my own cows, and the good bales will be sold. But got the Milo done, got all the good bales stacked. Now I just got all the bales that didn't wrap or busted or whatever to go stack. But I needed to get my corn baled. So right now we're sitting on the rake and we are raking it up. The corn ended up making 145 bushels an acre. I was hoping for 150. 150 around here is about average. 200 is like the best you could get around here. And that's putting a lot of money into it. I didn't put very much money into it, so. That is one of the busted bales back there. So we are over here raking the corn so I could hopefully start baling it tonight. On corn, you have to rake every little inch of the field because, as you can tell, everything coming out of that combine you want to have in the windrow back there. So that's why you got to rake every end of the field. So I put the rake on my John Deere so I could use my GPS and I could get every little bit of the field raked. So now the plan is to get this all raked today, unhook the rake, hook it up to unhook the rake, hook back up to the bell forks, go get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 or so bales that are busted over there. Take them to where they're out of the way so I can come get them with the trailer and take them to my cows. And then we'll unhook the bell spike, hook up to my disc, and then we will start disking that Milo and seeing if it's dry enough to disc. So we'll start disking that Milo, and then we'll disc all the way up until it's time to bale, and then I'll hop on my case and hopefully start baling. So it's gonna be a fun day. It'll be a long couple of days, and then it's gonna go back to hardly anything. Really, all I have planned after I get done with this baling, I have no more baling to do for the rest of the year. So, or until wheat harvest in May, wheat baling in May. So, basically for the rest of the year, I'll be cleaning this land up. I rent this land, so my landlord gave me permission to start cleaning it up and getting stuff going. I am on the contract to be able to buy it and everything, so I will be cleaning this up. I'll be working on that other piece of land I just bought, which I will show y'all that in a later video. I'll be putting cows on that other land. Hopefully cows will be going over here. I won't have to check these cows. I'll have to check those other cows all year because those are those Highland cows. So yeah, good things are coming. We're gonna kind of fix up a little bit of my diesel trailer that has my air compressor and everything on it. We're gonna fix up my little semi that I got. It's gonna have the welder and cutting torch and everything on it. It's going to have toolboxes. It's going to have all the tools. It's going to stay paired up with that diesel trailer. Most of the time, I'm thinking about selling my diesel pickup and getting a half-ton. Mainly because I have that semi. And so there's going to be a lot more content coming. But there's going to be a lot of content coming with that new skid steer I got. I lent it out to some family for them to use. They're building a house. They need it to unload sheetrock and do some other things there on the house. So far they're liking it. So far I've liked it. So this winter is going to be a good test on how that Hyundai does. If I don't like it, my sales guy already said I could trade it in for a track one. I wanted a track one to begin with. Couldn't really afford the track one, so I got the tire one. So here in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna find out if I'm okay with having the wheel one or if I want a track one. In my opinion, the wheel one's gonna be just fine for what I need it for. If my dad or brother needed it, they'd probably need the track one. They're mainly doing stuff in snow and mud. My brother is mainly doing stuff in snow and mud. I am not. Also, I probably traded in my old baler, which was a New Holland 5x6 baler. Used to run New Hollands all the time. I switched to Case. They're basically the same baler. They gave me the better trade-in, so that's who I went with. My sales guy at Case has a 8-row Case planter that's all gear driven. Hardly any electronics besides the row sensors and stuff. Yeah. As you can tell, I got it back off. But has an 8-row with all the row sensors. I mean, it's just like a regular ground-driven planter that I traded for. So hopefully, beginning of next year, I'll be able to go pick that up, get it ready for cotton, and this will be the very first year. I've been farming for 4 years, and this will be the first year I've been able to have all of my own, most of my own stuff. Next year I'll have the planter, so next year I'm planning on buying a sweep plow. I have the disc, so I'm planning on buying a sweep plow, and I am also planning on buying a drill, which is to plant wheat. I plant wheat every single year, and most of the time I plant wheat for grazing, or I use it for a cover crop for cotton. Then I'll also be able to buy a sprayer. Don't know yet if it's going to be a pull behind or a self-propelled. Depends on if I can get some more land lined up or not. I'm actually going to our farm show that starts Tuesday. Today is Saturday, the day after Thanksgiving. I am planning on going to the farm sale on Tuesday, mainly because Wiley came out with a pull behind sprayer that has the spray the See and Spray technology in it. So I want to go look at that closer. I want to go see how much it's going to cost and all of that stuff to see if that's what I'm going to want or not. My reason being, if I have that See and Spray technology, I could use my 8245R, which is on 30-inch rows. That's what we run. That pull behind sprayer, I could spray my stuff, and then I could also go and spray my dad's stuff and use 50% less chemical. So that makes it worth it. Or spray my brother's stuff and use also 50% less chemical. Anything that's in rows, I'd use 50% less chemical. But my sprayer, I'd still be able to do the broadcast spray, and early in the year where we do the spray before we even plant the crop to prevent weeds from coming, but they still come. So we'll still be able to do all that with it, but saving that extra chemical throughout the year when we're spraying our cotton would be a money saver. And so I'm gonna go look at that, see how much it costs, see all that, see some of the new stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I've been getting hate around town for this, but I am more in the boat of I only farm 1,000 acres, so I can make just as much farming 1,000 acres as everybody else does from farming, 2,000 or 3,000 acres. Mainly because I don't need the expensive equipment. I don't need the big expensive equipment, and I'm a one-man show. I don't need somebody to help me. So there's that. Also sold the swather. I have a buddy that is gotta deal with him running, that he's gonna do all the swathing for me, and I'm gonna do all the baling. And sometimes y'all are gonna see us run together, sometimes y'all won't. That's just how it's gonna go. So yeah, but for now we're just gonna keep raking. The rake has a couple of bearings out, but it hasn't fallen apart yet, so we're just gonna keep going until it falls apart. It's doing a good job. Bumpy right there for some reason. I'll kind of show y'all. You turn with the rake still going, and I'm skipping every 3 rows with the rake at 21 foot. Right there. I don't know what is right there, and it's been that way the whole field. Little hump. I bet from when we dissed it, it's still there, so. But so far, it's doing good. I mean, it's leaving the, it's not leaving hardly anything on the ground. We're predicting this corn to make between 4 to 7 bales an acre. So, I think it'll make that pretty easy. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Got Maisie with me, and I will see y'all when we get done raking. If you can see over there, right there, that's some of the bales of the Milo that I got stacked. The others are right there. So yeah, we also gotta figure out what's wrong with my pivot. My pivot, it will not move. It is stuck right there, and that's where I'm gonna plant cotton. The corn is gonna be wheat, everything else is cotton. So we gotta figure that out this winter too. Corn hay looks to be like it's gonna do pretty good. Got about half the field done. Raking. We'll see when it comes time to bale it to see how good it's gonna do. I have multiple bearings out. See that right there? So I got multiple bearings out. I got some teeth missing. I have whatever happened right there. I guess I'll get my Sawzall and cut that off. And so I will save that for tomorrow probably. So I got most of the field done, more than enough to get me rolling tonight, all night long. It looks like I'll be able to bale from roughly here in about 45 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning or so. So with that being said, I'm gonna take a quick nap. We're gonna hop in the baler and start baling. See what happens. Yeah. I did 2 telephone pole links there last night, and it's on short rows. On short rows, and I made over 100 bales last night. So this field is probably gonna make roughly 600 bales or so, I think. Maybe more, maybe a little less. But I think it's gonna average about 7 to 8 bales an acre on corn stalks, so that's good. So, yeah. So me and Maisie are gonna take a nap, and I got a lot of stuff to fix. I had problems with that baler, and I busted about 8 bales in a row. So, if it's still a little too dry to bale, I'm gonna go work on getting all that rolled up and kind of fixed. I got some over there, I got them everywhere. So yeah, guess I'll take me a nap and we'll start rolling here after a while. Okay, we are back. I started the tractor before I took that little nap because the heater don't work very good and it's already 30 degrees outside. So there's that. I got my little makeshift monitor over here. I usually have it on my John Deere sitting right there, but field's so big I had to go pretty slow, so I put it on the rake. Turn the baler on to get it running so you can kind of get warmed up. Humidity shot up to like 62% or something like that. So I know we are good to go. So we're gonna try and see what happens. So for anybody that's kind of wanting to learn how to bale, it's pretty easy. I did this little in-row while I was raking, so I'll go ahead and bale it up. But see, I got spots here and there to hit that it was coming out of my baler. So you try to stay centered on the windrow. We call that a windrow. You want these two bars to be even by the time you're done. So that's what I'm doing right now. When that number hits 64 is when I stop and it'll put out a bale. And it also tells me when I'm creaking. We can go a little faster. We're coming up to one of the bales I busted. And I gotta slow down a little bit because that's a big hump and it'll get caught up in that baler pretty easy. At 64, so it should drop down and start wrapping. Lift her up. Well, keep on going. So, I'll be baling all night. It's gonna get boring. Not a lot to talk about. So, that will be it for this video. Hopefully in the next one we'll stack it and start planting some wheat on all this and get started on all my other winter projects I need to get going instead of messing with this baling all day. So, if y'all liked the video, let me know. Alright, later.